guys, and welcome back for another short flow. Today's sequence is a restorative sequence, so you don't need anything at all, just some space on the floor, a mat if you have one, and whenever you're ready, come and join me in Tadasana. Standing in Tadasana with your feet hip distance apart, we're going to work our way down into a forward fold, or ragdoll is this variation's name. So you're going to think about lengthening through the crown of your spine as you inhale, lifting your hands up above your head, and as you exhale, simply swan dive all the way down, hinging at the hips, taking a small bend in the knees and thinking about bringing the chest over the thighs, and then take opposite hand to opposite elbow and let the crown of the head dangle towards the floor. We're going to take 5 deep breaths here. Breathing in through the nose to find length through the spine, exhaling to fold deeper. You can swing from side to side, bounce up and down, whatever you need to do to get deeper into the pose, into your back, into your glutes, hamstrings. One last deep breath all the way in. And then slowly take the hands to the floor, walk the feet all the way back to down facing dog. Take a moment there to find your upside down V shape, find length in the spine as you point the tailbone toward the ceiling. And then as you exhale, pedal out the feet. So you're finding a stretch in the back of your calves, your hamstrings, and in the front of the body, you're finding a stretch in the spine, the shoulders, the chest. Take another deep breath all the way in. Find even more length if you can. Point that tailbone high toward the sky. Push the crown of the head toward the floor. Maybe pulse a few times as you exhale. Push the heels towards the floor. And then on your next inhale, roll forward to high plank. Drop the hips and come into cobra. Take the eye gaze up. Look up toward the ceiling if you want to. If this is too much, you can always come down to Sphinx, wherever you need to be. And you can just rock from side to side, get into the hips, into the lower back. Take a nice deep breath all the way in. Exhale, one more deep breath all the way in. Exhale, tuck the toes and press back to down facing dog. We're going to come into a low lunge position now. So you're going to inhale as you step the left leg through between the hands, drop the right knee to the floor. Inhale to lift the chest through the arms, eye gaze forwards, and really think about reaching forward so that you extend through that front hip flexor of the right leg. Take a nice deep breath in. Exhale. 4 more breaths just like that. Exhale. See if you can lower into that hip flexor every exhale and reach a little further forward with every inhale. 2 more deep breaths. Last deep breath all the way in. Exhale. And then on your inhale, slowly come up, taking the left hand back to the right foot. So opposite hand to opposite foot. Grab a hold of the foot and bring the heel in toward the glute. Maybe pulse it a few times. And just find that stretch in the front of the quad and then hold for 3 deep breaths. Exhale, release. Plant the hand back to the floor and then step back to down facing dog. And we're going to repeat on the other side. So if you want to just take a moment to pedal it out, you can. And then on the next inhale, step the right leg through, come into that low lunge position, dropping the back leg to the knee to the floor. Reach the heart through the arms, eye gaze forwards. Find that stretch in that back hip flexor of the left leg. Take a nice deep breath in. Exhale, 4 more breaths just like that. Two more breaths to go. Last deep breath all the way in. Exhale. And then as you inhale, lift up and back with the right hand to the left foot. Grab a hold of that foot, bring it in, the heel in toward the glute. Maybe pulse it a few times to relieve any cramp, and then hold for 3 deep breaths. Finding that stretch in the quad. Last deep breath all the way in. Exhale, release, and then step back to down facing dog. Pedal it out once more, maybe even pulse through the shoulders, whatever you need to do. Loosen those hips, those hamstrings, your chest, your arms, your back. And then on the next inhale, we're going to bring the left leg through to the front of the mat at a 45-degree angle. We're going to bend the knee and slide into pigeon pose. So left knee points toward the front of the mat, left sit bone sits on the floor, right hip bone pins against the left heel. If you're finding that you've got too much space and you can't reach, you can always place a block or a pillow underneath that sit bone. Just make sure your hips are nice and level. Try not to roll over onto the side. That's not going to help you with this stretch. Press into the ground as you extend through that right hip flexor, opening up those hips a little bit more. Take a nice deep breath in. And as you exhale, fold forward over that front leg, transferring the stretch into the glute. Take 3 deep breaths here. Last deep breath all the way in. Exhale. And then slowly bring the hands back underneath the shoulders. Press up as you inhale, exhale, step back to down facing dog. Pedal out the feet once more, and we'll do the same on the other side. So inhale as you bring that right leg through, bending at the knee, 45-degree angle, slide the left leg back, pigeon pose. Make sure those hips are level. Remember your block or bolster or pillow, whatever you need to keep those hips level and to find that position. Press into the ground with the hands. Open up that left hip flexor. Take a nice deep breath all the way in. Exhale, fold the body forward over that right leg. And then take 3 deep breaths here. Last deep breath all the way in. Exhale. And then slowly take the hands back underneath the shoulders, press up, step back to down facing dog. As you exhale, pedal out the feet, press through the shoulders, maybe pulse a few last times, and then we're going to come down onto the knees and sit back toward our heels, but try and bring the heart toward the floor, so we're coming into heart melting pose. So don't worry if you can't sit back on your heels, really stretch forwards with the hands, reach out, find that stretch in the underarm, as if you're dropping the heart all the way to the floor. You might have your forehead on the floor, you might have your chin on the floor. Wherever you're at, just relax for 5 deep breaths. Last deep breath all the way in. Exhale, and as you exhale, just slowly drag the body back so that you sit back on your heels and come to a normal child's pose. So untuck the arms, bring them by your sides, palms facing up, and just relax here to finish your practice for 5 to 10 breaths.